Everyone may have forgot about the DVO Topaz Prime, but inside, it's got some serious upgrades, so let's tear it down. We'll cover the internal design, the external features, the air spring configuration, the damper architecture, the shim stacks, and a couple setup notes. The goal is so you can understand how this shock is built and what makes it function the way it does. The Topaz Prime is an air shock primarily for trail riding and enduro riding. It replaces the previous Topaz 3 with several key design changes aimed at tunability, flexibility, and durability. The Topaz Prime uses a bladder system for the damping compensation. Basically, it pressurizes the oil with the bladder instead of an internal floating piston that's found in RockShox and Fox. This is a key design feature that affects how the shock manages pressure during rebound and compression events. Externally looking at the Topaz Prime, we have three key features of adjustment: high speed, low speed compression, and low speed rebound adjuster. Each adjustment is tool free, thumbs up, featuring a clearly indexed D10, so you do get a little bit of a pop, but it does take a little bit of time to wind up the high speed compression. But you'll find out in a second why this is a good thing. The high speed compression features 10 clicks, yeah. Low speed, a little disappointing with only 5. The rebound adjuster provides about 9-10 clicks depending on who you are. The air spring side of the shock uses a positive-negative chamber configuration that's pretty normal in most shocks. Both chambers can be tuned independently using clip-in volume tokens. 2 positive tokens, 2 negative tokens are included in the shock. One of the key standout features of the DVO Topaz Prime is an adjustable bladder system. Located underneath the reservoir or the piggyback cap, we can inflate this shock and tune its characteristic from 140 to 180 psi. Jumping inside of the damper, we have a fixed piston on the stanchion inside of it. Coil shocks, typically the main piston slides up. Air shocks typically work a little bit different. Now this shock comes apart very easy and it is user tunable friendly. Just make sure you keep track of all the shim stacks. The compression loader located on the piggyback basically makes the high and low speed compression available, and it's pretty simple design, but don't underestimate simple. So here's the main piston and the shim stacks associated with the DVO Topaz Prime. So this nut side right here is the rebound. We have a clamping shim and then a 12, 13, 15, 16. We have a pretty standard DVO main piston. It's not dished, but it is a little bit recessed on the rebound side. Jumping into the top part of the stack is the compression. So it is a very simple compression stack. So keep in mind they do have to tune these for every bike and every weight. Now jumping into the mid valve, it's a very simple mid valve right here, but it's a good design because it allows for a lot of flexibility for aftermarket tuning. For $160, you get a custom tuned shock from the DVO brand. Everything I just discussed is the main piston, the main control for compression and rebound, but located inside of the piggyback, we have another compression loader base plate assembly. So the best suspension in the world preloads a shim stack when you turn the high speed compression. So here's the mechanism and the shim stack. So it looks very simple, but it is very effective. But it is also a double-edged sword when you're preloading a shim stack. You can't really feel it so much in the parking lot. It's a fine-tuned adjustment. The DVO products are very friendly to work on. They have included instructions, and I was able to put this back together. It was a little bit of a pig to hand bleed this shock, but most small shocks are pretty difficult to bleed. If the technical nerd content is your kind of thing, you got to click this playlist on your screen and let me know in the comments because I know this video is not very mainstream.